You're watching the SCAC Player of the Week interviews. It's week 4 of the 2018-19 SCAC swimming and diving season. Today we welcome in the SCAC Men's Swimmer of the Week, freshman Miguel Vasquez of the Centenary College Gents. And Miguel, first of all, congratulations and thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Russell. It's a great opportunity to speak with you today.
Miguel, you and the rest of your teammates, about a month and a half into this season, this team has already earned a dual meet victory as well as registering a top 4 finish at a meet this year. What has impressed you most with sort of the overall team performance with this group? What gives you confidence that this team has continued to grow and go in the right direction?
Well, I think the freshman class is definitely a crucial part, as well as the veterans that unfortunately are about to leave. We're just melding that gap, and we're working cohesively as a unit. The freshman class, we know that we have strength and we have a good bit of numbers, more than Centenary has seen in quite a few years. And the veterans are okay with us stepping into some roles and them also stepping into some roles. And the way we're just combining those two groups, we're working good when it comes to trying to compete against great teams like Southwestern, Colorado College that really have all the pieces together already.
Miguel, individually now 2 straight weeks you've been named the SCAC Swimmer of the Week. Last week in a dual meet against Southwestern, you turned in a couple of great performances, winning the 100 back and the top time in the SCAC to this point in the season, 52.8. You also won the 200 IM and the third fastest time in that event in the SCAC with a time of 2:02.26. Take me through your swims last week. How were you able to be so successful in the pool for the gents?
Well, first off, thank you. And last week, it was just a roller coaster meet in a great way. Started off with the relay, and I knew that I wanted to pop off a quick time in the 50 backstroke. That's a race, although it's not a true race at conference, it's a race that I find strength in. And I used my underwaters great, and that gave me confidence going into the 100 backstroke because I knew it was right after. And in the 100, although it was another extra 50, I was able to maintain that quick, easy speed from the first 50 and touch the wall in a time that I was super stoked with, super thrilled. A second time being under 53 in season, and it gets me fired up to go even faster. Legs started hurting a little bit, but I think that is something that I definitely would like to improve at. I know that if I'm going to be an all-around great swimmer, I can't just rely on those fly back and free strokes. I have to add in the breaststroke, and that's definitely been something that we've been working on in practice. And then stepped up for the last relay, and we just gave it our all. Weren't able to get the win, but dual meets are training, and that's how I've been treating it. And so try not to get too caught up with the times at this point, but it's great that at this point in the season I'm able to do some good things in the water.
You mentioned that IM swim, Miguel, that really tests all strokes, back, breast, fly, and free. Where do you gain confidence throughout the course of that race? Because it is grueling, especially when you're asked, so much in the middle of a one-day dual meet that's in and out of the pool quite a bit. Where did you gain strength in that performance in the 2 IM?
Yes, sir. Well, I think that the main thing is I love talking to my coaches before the race, because the problem is sometimes the individual swimmer has so much going on in his head, and it just kind of takes some authoritative figure to just settle them down, let them know that we do a lot more than 200 yards each practice. And so in the grand scheme of things, you can do it. And I gain confidence with right off the bat, the start. I try and get as far out ahead as I can. And that fly, I'm going to take it out. Not kill myself, but I'm gonna take it out. And I already know that I have confidence in the backstroke, so I just have to maintain that. What I really gain my confidence from, though, is if I can keep the breaststroke going without faltering, then I know that I can piece it together with the freestyle. That's how I gain my confidence, is through the first 3 legs, especially that crucial breaststroke leg that I'm not really known for. I know I can bring it home in the freestyle and try and seal a good time.
We've mentioned you now in your freshman season there at Centenary, Miguel. What has been the biggest difference you've noticed from, a year ago being in that high school club swimming atmosphere to now in your first season at the collegiate level? You've obviously had success in the pool already, but what have been the biggest adjustments you've had to make?
The biggest jump has definitely been the training style, and I owe that to my club coach as well and my high school coach. The training style that we did was very base work. It was preparing me for something even greater. I still found success, but I knew that once I would come to college, I would be ready for action. Sometimes freshman seasons take a while to develop because of the difference in training styles, but what I was prepared for was to go right into college, try and make a statement, and so I owe that to my prior coaches. As for our training here, it's definitely more, so on some days we have the base, which I'm used to, and on some days we do the race base, and that has benefited me a ton in that I'm gearing up mentally, I'm gearing up psychologically, physically to perform at that speed, and I'm also backing it up with the endurance of those select few base days that we do where we're pounding the yardage. So those extra little nuances in training, I think, are helping me out, and I'm just super excited to see where it's taking me.
Now, finally, to wrap things up with our questions here, Miguel. This team is off from competition until the 30th of November, so a couple of weeks away from the competition pool. What is key over these next few weeks for this team to continue to build its momentum as you've taken those strides as the season has progressed?
Yes, sir. Well, whenever we're not in the pool competing, we still have to treat ourselves to that high standard, and that's what's going to separate swimmers and the swimmers that get to be noticed. And so what I mean by that is it's all in the little things. Yes, practice is important, obviously, that's what's going to get us there, but the little things like stretching before practice, stretching after practice, dynamic warm-up, sleeping right, eating right, time management, all those little things, as cliche as it sounds, that truly adds up, and day to day when it adds up, that's what's going to separate us. Over Thanksgiving break, as much as we like not having school and maybe not even having practice, it might not hurt to jump in the water a few times. In fact, it won't hurt. We need to do that. That way, whenever we come back on, I think you said November 30th, we're ready to go. We jump in and we don't look like a sluggish team that just had Thanksgiving dinner. We're able to fire the engines and get going. It's all in the little things.
Now it's time for the fastest minute in all of Division III sports. That's right. It's the SCAC 60, the chance for you, SCAC Nation, to get to know your SCAC players of the week a bit better. Miguel, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, put 60 seconds on the clock, and here we go. Miguel, you can only listen to one song for a year. What song are you listening to?
Oh my goodness. Probably something by Drake if I could. Drake's been making some hits. As for a name for one, not really sure.
You talked about Thanksgiving. What's your favorite Thanksgiving tradition?
Favorite Thanksgiving tradition? Probably my grandparents get a bag full of coins and we just stick our hand in there and grab as many as we can, and we do it about 5 rounds and come out not millionaires but filled with coins.
For you, Miguel, would you rather go to a surprise party or a theme party?
Probably theme party. I'm very meticulous. I gotta prepare. I gotta know what the fit's looking like and gotta know what people are gonna be there.
All right.
Definitely theme.
Funniest teammate?
Funniest teammate, Chris Reese. My boy Chris Reese never fails to say something dumb in practice that just keeps me going through a hard set. Shout out to Chris.
And that will wrap up the SCAC 60, again, the fastest minute in all of Division III athletics. Today we are joined by the SCAC Swimmer of the Week, freshman Miguel Vasquez of the Centenary College Gents. Miguel, again, congratulations on your honor and best of luck as you continue to move forward throughout your freshman season.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. Let's keep the ball rolling.